Before we get started, I just want to take a minute to remind everybody how special each and every one of you is. You're a unique beauty, unlike any other. And I love you. Oh, hey there. Right on time as usual, I see. To be honest, I didn't think you'd show up. I didn't call you a pet name. Well, we aren't dating anymore, are we? I've learned that that's a strange thing to say to most people. Anyways, how have you been? We kind of both went our separate ways. What was it, like 3 years ago now? I see. Congratulations. It's good to hear that you earned your bachelor's degree. Are you in any new relationships? Really? That's surprising. Why wouldn't anyone want someone who's as good as you? Me? I guess I've been all right. I have 1 year left and then I'll be getting my own bachelor's. I've also got myself a job recently. My therapist recommended it to me so I can get used to being around big groups of people. Therapy? Yes, kind of surprising, isn't it? Me seeking therapy. What gave me the initiative? Well, there's no point in sugarcoating it, I guess. After the two of us broke up, I was rather broken. No pun intended. I wasn't sure what to do with myself. No, I'll admit it. Yeah, I admittedly was a little depressed. Maybe even a little suicidal too. I guess. But it all changed one day. I don't want to bore you with some anime type epiphany, so I'll just simplify it. I had a dream. It was kind of a weird dream. It wasn't anything special. Just, I never had one like it. It was me and some entity that I couldn't see together in a room. An entity that told me many, many things. Some of it was a little harsh, but it was all the truth. What did it tell me? Well, I don't know if I want to share, much less to you. You insist. Okay. Well, from what I can remember, the voice started out by belittling me and putting me down. I think it reminded me of all those times I tied you up, or threatened you with violence, or like the time I cut off your contact with your friends and family. I tried to object, but I didn't have a voice in the dream, so I was kind of subject to listening to everything that the voice had to say. And then it proceeded to tell me that I had our breakup coming from the start. What with the manipulation and extreme possessiveness. It could understand why, but constantly reiterated that it was a bad thing. But at the end of it all, the voice brought up the fact that I couldn't speak. Do you want to know what they told me? You can't speak. Well, imagine how your apparent significant other felt every time you refused to let them speak. For example, literally any and every time you gagged them. And then I realized everything. But then the voice started to give me tips. if I wanted any chance to redeem myself, it recommended that I go to therapy to try to find that mental stability that I didn't realize I lacked for so long. And so I did. But the last thing that they told me was that I owed you something. But they didn't say what it was. They said I'd have to find that out by myself. But recently, I understand what they meant. So, I'm sorry. I know that this doesn't even begin to make up for all the crap that I've done to you, and all of the potential trauma that you may have to deal with now because of me. And I admit that everything that I did to you was wrong. From the tying to the cutting off of your contacts. No, I regret it all. And you were right. You were always right. If I truly loved you, I would have let you make your own decisions. Let you stay with your friends and your family. Just granted you some freedoms in general. But I didn't do any of that. And for what? My own selfish desires? I'm sorry if I sound manipulative. I don't mean to be. I'm just speaking the cold, hard facts. And I wanted to ask you something. That this might be a big ask, but can you find it in your heart to forgive me? You will. Oh my God. Thank you so much. I was honestly expecting the worst. For you to say no and you have something you want to tell me. What is it? You waited for this moment for a really long time. What's that supposed to mean? You want to get back together again? Is this a joke? You missed me. But how? All I did was treat you like... Wait, what are you... Why are you hugging me? I don't deserve any of this. No, I'm sorry for acting like a baby. I don't get it. I'm such a psychotic degenerate. How could you still have any affection for me? Especially after all this time? You don't think that I'm any of that? Are you sure? You'll help me with my mental state. Anything for me. Well, if you really want to get back together with me, then I won't object to it. I think it would make my therapist happy that we're back together again. Surprised, too. Yeah, she's a really nice person. I think you'd get along with her very well. And once again, I'm sorry. Truly. If it makes you any better, I've burnt up all the ropes. I've grinded that gag I had into bits and pieces, and I've melted down all the knives I had. I wanted to forget about all of that now and just start over from scratch. You're excited for this. Well, I guess I am too. I love you, darling. And I promise I won't let you down this time. I swear it.